So to give you an update, so I arrived in the new city. Okay, the new city was scamming to keep me from shelter. Okay, pathologically lying. I'm calling con artists, and my phone is networked to con artists and to enforce civil rights violations. They scammed that it was no local hospital, and they took me off course to another location. The hospital denies treatment on my hand and pathologically lying and saying there's nothing wrong. And clearly, I know that there's something wrong with my hand. I'm not really fabricating this. There's really something going on. They scam to keep me from x-rays. And then they're insane, saying that we can't do x-rays on the cars coming at me until I record. They scam that they can't do x-rays on both my hands because it was defensive wounds. I was like, held my hands up and it was getting hit. I was getting hit with the chair. Okay, so then after that fell apart, then they scam and lied about what was going on. They said it was nothing wrong, but there is something wrong. I'm having pain. And then why would they scam to keep me from x-rays? Okay, so they put me, played games, the security, police and everything, kept me from getting housing there with intimidation and abuse. They enforced that these hospitals not give me social work assistance, and they enforce crimes that the hospitals cover for their crimes. Is that the same car? Are they lost? So they stand over the hospital and enforce that they deprive me of assistance or sabotage my treatment. Okay, then after that, I called and said that I want to hurt myself because I can't escape the government's abuse. Then they played games, like all this paramedic came in the scam, paramedics and fire department. They took me to some location. They took me out real far away again. They're trying to get me off course, okay? So then immediately I was introduced to drama, into the situation. I slept, woke up, I need to move because all these cars are waiting to come out. The traffic just began when I got here. They do it all the time. I'm hiding behind here so they can't play games. At least I'm an attempt. They play them everywhere. So they gave me a muffin that was not properly cooked. It was like doughy on the inside. I could not eat the muffin. I told the doctor about my experience. Multiple different parties were condescending. The doctor says, I'm going to discharge you. Okay. Then a lady says that what they're trying to do is put my safety at risk. A lady said that I can put you in an inpatient treatment because I told her about everything the government has done. The only option I have, no crisis help, period, at all. No emergency shelter, no nothing. They were taunting me. They love to taunt. So she said that I'm going to try to get you a bed, okay? And then she said they set me by these minions. And minions they were driven to locations and shelters. They were taking them to certain locations. That's the conversations I overheard. One was going to Long Beach, another was another area, and then she tells me I can't help you, and then give me a bus pass. I've been having me wait 3 hours, so the heat rises, and then they're condescending, narcissistic, and playing mind games. And then they ask me a question, and they're trying to make me relive trauma, and they'll ask me the same things over and over and over, and then they'll say, "And how does she need help?" It's abuse, emotional abuse. Every situation, as I said, there's someone over here. I hear him. Construction workers that arrive. Everything I do is abuse. So the first hospital, the scam was that the hospital was full, so they had to get me off course. Okay. And then the other scam was that they're going to try to help me. It's a special program. And they're going to get me shelter. This is a shelter that they are putting me in. They claimed last night. And then we got to go so far away for you to get shelter. And then it was supposed to be mental health treatment that was denied. I told you it was going to be denied. So I had medical treatment and mental health treatment denied in a 24-hour time frame. In fact, 10 plus years. After I moved out of the way, the parade stopped. Now this parade is going to start up again when I get in this direction. The bus is conveniently coming, it looks like. I have a bus pass. I can't see. So I'll go ahead and upload this about the civil rights violation. The government is not playing any games or enforcing endangering my safety. We got another minion immediately coming. They're endangering my safety and forcing me out in the streets, which is supposed to be a crime. A hate crime.